Alrighty, y'all. Welcome to Joe's Retro World. Today we're going to be refurbishing a Nintendo Super Famicom. This is the original Super Nintendo that was released in Japan. As you can see, it looks way different than from the US version. I have that one over here to the side. I'll get it in just a second. But as you can see, it's an original Super Famicom. Model number SHVC001 was made in 1990. Oh, man, it's 20 years old. 20 years old exactly. That's crazy. So yeah, we're gonna be refurbishing this. We're gonna make it try to look it brand new. First thing I did was try to get it to operate first, to work. So I already took it apart. I had to open it up, and I did that by just removing 6 screws. It was 1 here, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And these screws are those special little screws that require those special little tools right here. As you can see how it's shaped, it's a rounded hexagon, 6-sided little screw. So you can get these anywhere. This is a cheap one. I recommend you get a little higher quality, but these still work. They sell them from anywhere from 99 cents all the way up to like a $10 kit, and mine has 2, so it can fit the system, and then also it can fit the screws in the game. So if you want to clean the game, take it apart, you can do that. So yeah, I had to take it apart and scrub it down really good, and this is how it comes apart, just straight up after you remove those 6 screws. And this is what it looks like. This is the top base, and you can see the original locking mechanism. So when you turn it on, it locks the game in place right here with this slot. That slot holds the game in place. I love that. Then they removed it in the American version. I don't know why. I love it in this one. And this is the eject button. Here's the reset button, of course. And this is a little LED light right here for the, where the LED light shines through. So you can see it's pretty dirty. It's going to need to be taken apart and cleaned real good with hot soap and water, and then soaked overnight in some peroxide with a UV light inside a little Rubbermaid tub. That way it can retrobright it and make all this nasty tarnish looking smoke or whatever go back to the beautiful gray color again that it's supposed to. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do with that. But let me go ahead and set that to the side. On the inside, I had to get a toothbrush and scrub this with alcohol. And once I scrubbed it with alcohol and a toothbrush, I let it dry real quick, blew it out, and then it started working. So it still needs a good deep cleaning before it actually worked properly. I want to go ahead and clean the motherboard of maybe if any of these electrolytic capacitors are leaking. It's still working, but I'm going to go ahead and clean all around them, and just to make sure that they're good. It's kind of scary that they got electrolytic capacitors, but it is a Japan Famicom, and they usually don't make them as good as they do the American version. So yeah, this baby needs a really good cleaning. While I was taking the lid off, I found that one of the screw molds had broke. So I'm gonna have to end up gluing this back, and I got a 2-part epoxy. So I'm gonna get the 2-part epoxy, and I'm just gonna glue it back and let that sit and dry real good, and before I do anything else. But I'm gonna go ahead and clean it and retrobrite it, and then once I retrobrite it, then I'll go ahead and glue this back on. To me, that'll be the safest. That way it'll glow on, and then boom, I'll be able to screw it back without no problem. And yeah, it should be fine. Should be fine after that. So let's go ahead and take this apart real quick. Move this stuff out of the way. Now, one quick little fun fact is, if you have any, y'all know that the Super Nintendo games will not fit into the Famicom because of this shape, okay? Because of the little rounded edge shape. So there's just no way. But Super Famicom game cartridge. Okay, here's my little Super Nintendo that I got fixed up. It's not the best. I need to redo the label, missing the part of the T, but it's It looks good. Painted it white, need to dust it a little bit. But if you try to stick a Famicom game in it, it fits perfect because it's square. But it will not, you know, the Famicom one is rounded, so only Famicom games will fit in it. Now, what if I wanted to play my American games on this Japanese Famicom? Well, it's not too hard. It's really easy. Everybody like, get an adapter. No, just take your game apart with these little tools and put your cartridge, your PCB cartridge, which is identical in shape and design, and put it inside right here. So just get one Japanese Famicom game cartridge and then just start swapping the guts out to whatever game you want, and it'll work. I mean, yeah, you can keep buying more Famicom games, but it's all in Japanese, so it's hard to read. But if you want to play your American games on your Famicom, that's the easiest way to do it. Some people say don't do that, get an adapter, buy the adapter, all that bull, but you don't need to do all that. You can just do that. Just swap out the PCB board, and that's it. It's not very hard. It's not something that you're gonna, you know, regret. Okay, so that was just a little tip. But okay, let's open this up. Put this to the side. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then up here I have a 7, 8, 9, 10 screws to remove. Okay, now these right here, these are a little longer than the other ones. As you can see, the other ones were gold color, and those are the ones that were in the front right here and on the battery connectors. So these silver ones I'm going to put to the different locations. That's the way I can know that these two go over here. And then turn it around and get my other ones. Alright. And just like the other silver ones, these silver ones are a little bigger. So I'm going to put those two all together, all the silver ones together, and the bronze ones together, since they want to be different sizes. Okay, so gently pull this up. And it's a little board right here that just sticks in here. So no, I'm not going to clean this at all. I'm just going to leave this alone. Usually this is always pretty much clean, so I'm just going to blow it out with a little bit of air. And we look over here. We have the power switch. And look at the LED light when I turn on. See, still had power. And those old capacitors, those old electrical little capacitors still had electricity. Okay, so I need 2 more screws now. There's one here. Looks like, oh no, looks like I need 1, 2, 3 total still to be able to get all this out. They're all bronze. They're all the short little bronzy ones. Okay, got all the screws now. I'm gonna go ahead and remove this. This is the eject button right here. This is what ejects the games, you know. So right here is just a little pin rod. It just picks up, pulls up and out. And on this side, that's a little spring. Little spring similar to the Super Nintendo. And you just, when you pull it out, the rod, it's really easy to put back in. Just use some tweezers, and you can put it back in. I'll show you. Just use some tweezers to pop that bottom little hook right there, and then the rod goes through right there, and then it just, that's what creates the tension and shit. So okay, so we got that separator. I'm gonna put that over here. Now everything should just come up nice and neat, even, just like that. Okay. And this, yeah, there you go. That's what I wanted. I wanted this to come off. I also want to pull this out of here. Try not to damage nothing. Pull this ribbon out, just straight up. 2 fingers. Okay, just like that. Not to damage it or nothing. It pushes right in. And this will allow me to take this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to push it. You see the little tabs? Push these little tabs in right here. And this will allow me to pull out this front controller ports. I'm going to push them, pull at the same time. Or, there you go. Push it down and push out at the same time. Either way, it gets the job done. So let's push it out. Not to try to break nothing. Turn around, do this other side. Okay. Yeah, look how dirty it was. Look at all that filth, y'all. It's like cockroach heaven. Look at that. Look at that cockroach heaven, man. Man, that's just nasty. So, I'll clean this separately with some alcohol and a toothbrush really good and let it drip dry once I got it all clean and stuff. But yeah, that's just nasty. Now this one I can put it in the sink and the Rubbermaid tub and scrub it down real good with hot soapy water and then Retrobright this also. So this will go over the top for Retrobrighting. This is the PCB motherboard or whatever you want to call it. Let's pull this up. It looks actually pretty clean, but I'll clean this too. I will clean this with the Rubbermaid tub. Oh my God, look at that. Look at that nastiness. This is why I was having so much trouble getting the game to work because of all this. Oh, this is going to be just... Ooh. There's no way for me to take this up, take it apart. So, oh yeah. Oh, shoot, it did come out. Oh. Came out unexpectedly. There seems to be a spacer. Where the spacer went, I have no idea. I don't know where it went. I guess it's down in there. Did it go in there? Oh, well, we'll find out once I put it back. So, yeah, so this is good. So now I can scrub this down really good with some alcohol. And I got to remember that it goes straight down like that. I guess this goes here, yeah. I guess this goes, no, that don't go, yeah. I guess that would go right there. Okay. So I'm going to make sure that when I clean this, to put this little divider, whatever that was, back in there. But man, look at that crud, y'all. See if I can get y'all close up of it. This is going to be fun. That is not rust. That is, looks like, just looks like turds. Alright, y'all, let's focus on removing this area of shielding. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Phillips head screws. Be very gentle when removing these. You don't want to damage anything. Alright, once we got to remove, our shielding just comes straight up. Alright, just like that. We can set that to the side for cleaning later, even though it looks super clean. And right here is where the power switch is plugged into the motherboard. And we're just going to be very gentle. We're just going to go ahead and use 2 fingers. Pull it straight up. Don't fight it. You don't want to break nothing because you can't replace it if you do. So we just pull it up. It comes right out. So now we'll get the power switch and we'll set it to the side. We'll clean it out with a little bit of alcohol later. And then over here, we can focus on the lid on the top. And I removed already 1 brass Phillips head screw and this little washer. And this is the little latch that holds the game in place. Just pick it up, pull it out at the same time, and it'll come out. Don't fight it. That's where when you turn the power switch off and on, that'll lock the game in place, okay? And then next, you're going to have to remove the gray cover, and that holds pretty much all the buttons down, okay? And it's held in place with these little clips right here. As you can see, it's 2 clips on the top, there's 3 on the right and 3 on the left. You just push down and press them out. And just push down and press it out. Be very careful. It's 30-year-old plastic. It's 3 on the right, 3 on the left. And these 3 on the bottom, they just push right in, okay? They just go right in. So once the top ones are finally pushed out and completely pushed out, then you'll be able to just remove the lid. They'll just slide right out. They slide in and out. So I'm going to go ahead and work my way, pushing all of them out gently. Okay, get the 3 on the right, 3 on the left. So now I'm going to turn it around. Don't do it with the little plastic clip. Nah, that was foolish on me. Don't do it like that. Just use your fingers. Okay? Alright, so we're going to turn it around. Now I just got to push it out. It holds that little door for the game. That's a little dust cover. Okay? Little strong little spring. 30-year-old spring that still works remarkably good. It's crazy. Let me see. See how it just pulls right out. It's a happy little cover. Alright, so we'll put that in the Rubbermaid tub to the side. And of course, this is the little dust cover for the game slot. And you can see that's the spring right there. That's what makes it, pop up and down. Okay. And it easily removed. You just pull down. As you can see, there's a long side on the right and a short side on the left. Okay. A little bitty old spring. About a 1/2 inch in length. Set it aside with your other screws, okay? So now we can focus on removing the power button, eject, reset, and that Nintendo Super Famicom little piece. All those pieces just fall right out. They're just set in place with gravity, really. That gray cover holds them. The only thing that needs to be pushed out is the reset button. It has 2 little clips, and you just push it out. Push those clips in, and then pops right out, okay? Be gentle. Now, mind that when you drop it out like that Nintendo cover where it has a Super Famicom, as you can see, there's a hole right there next to my finger on the right side. That is the LED indicator light, and it has a little plastic insert. I'll show you right here. I find it when I'm picking all these parts up, trying to put them into the Rubbermaid tub. I find it right there. Now this is, I'm going to clean it later with a toothbrush and alcohol. I don't want to put it in with the other pieces because it might get lost in the Rubbermaid tub. So we're just going to go ahead and scrub it later with toothbrush and alcohol. Get it nice and clean. It's a small piece anyways. So, easiest way to clean the parts now, or that are not electrical, is to go ahead and just put them onto the Rubbermaid tub. One by one, gently putting them in there. Don't throw them in there because you might break something. And I'm going to fill it up with some warm soapy water. I use dishwashing liquid soap. Doesn't matter what kind. If you want to use some palm olive to keep your hands nice and soft, go ahead. I like to use some cheap, Dawn liquid soap, whatever. Alright, so they're going to go and they're going to start soaking. That way when I get to them, they'll be able to get clean real easily. Now while they're soaking, I'm going to focus my attention on cleaning the electronic components. Here I have this is where the game inserts. Okay, this is where it makes contact with the pins. And so I want to make sure that that's very clean because I want a good contact when I put the game in there. And then that front piece, that is the PCB board with the controller ports, okay? That's where your controllers connect to. I want to be gentle with the ribbon, not to damage that ribbon, but I want to be very thorough with cleaning all the gunk off, okay? So I'm going to spray it down with some 75% alcohol. You can use 98 to 99%. I suggest you use gloves. Make sure you put gloves on and have proper ventilation because the alcohol fumes can kill you. And they will kill you, okay? You got to be very careful. A lot of people are like, well, no, it can't. I'm using a lot of alcohol during this cleaning process, and so the fumes are very, very strong, and they can kill you, okay? They can do damage to your lungs, your eyes, okay, and your throat and all that. So be careful when doing this process of cleaning the board and the other circuitry with alcohol. You can use 98 or 99% that you can get, from various stores and even Amazon. I even seen them with eBay in bulk. But, just regular rubbing alcohol, 75% works. So spray everything down and scrub it gently with a toothbrush. Now, when I'm scrubbing this, Some parts you can scrub a little harder, like that board right there, the pins where it connects. But when you're going around those capacitors right there, the electrolytic capacitors and the other chips, you want to be very gentle because you don't want to damage anything. You don't want to tear or break or bend or anything like that, which will ruin your game, and then you just have more problems. But for right now, you just want to scrub it, get everything in there nice, get all that gunk and trash out, and just make it look pretty, just like that. Just take your time. Now, I've been cleaning this for 45 minutes. You can see all that keeps falling down there. You can see how soaked the paper towels are. That's a lot of alcohol. That's why I say be very careful. There's a lot of fumes, okay? You got to be very careful. Don't kill yourself. Safety first. Okay, so my board is getting cleaner and cleaner as time goes by. Eventually, I get it almost spotless. I get basically 99% of it all removed, all the dirt. Get it nice and clean. Taking my time. And now I'm just going to go ahead and let it sit on some new fresh paper towels and allow it to air dry real good. Everything's nice and clean. I won't need to retrobrite that controller port because it's been blocked by the other cover in the front. So now I can go focus on washing these real good, scrubbing these babies. Now once I get them all scrubbed. Alright, y'all, so I'm retrobrighting the shell to my Famicom. Here it is, the nice brown ugly shell of the Famicom. So to retrobright it, make it look like new, I have to soak it, of course, and some peroxide. I'm only using 3% hydrogen peroxide, but it's almost there. It's been taking about 4 days now soaking. Now if I would have used 12%, it would have retrobrighted way quicker. But I just put it in a simple Rubbermaid tub, foil on the outside, then on the inside, on the outside, and then either a black light or UV grow light. And that's it. Any grow light, LED grow light has UV, so anything will work. But yeah, that's how I'm retrobrighting it. Alright, so once it's done, we'll get back to putting it all together. Alright, y'all. So I got everything retrobrighted, nice and clean. It's not the super brightest that I wanted, but it's clean. It looks way better than what it did before. So let's put it together now, y'all. Let's put this baby together. So let's start with, of course, the top. Put the eject button in. You got the power button all clean. Little sleeve goes right here. I believe it goes about this way. No. This way. There you go. Now I have my reset button. Alright. Now I have my top here, and I got my spring. And I get it, and when I put the spring, I'm going to put the little small side behind it, like this. Okay, that way the thick side is this way. It's down, okay? Alright, so I come over here, insert it to a little slot, hold it down, get my top, and it has little flaps that go in first right here, okay, and the rest just go compressed in. You want to break nothing, so you want to turn it over. Try to use your fingernails to help coerce them in. Like that. Pushing the tab down, pushing at the same time till they lock. Okay. Alright. That was quick and easy for the top. Of course, I can't forget the little LED cover or whatever that thing is. I'll put in a little bit. So let's put the bottom together. Got the bottom here. Already inserted my little metal pieces right here. Okay. I just dropped them in there real quick. Then I grab my bottom shielding. Drop that into place. It has little tabs. Make it go in alignment correctly. And then of course I push this down. Now when I pushed it down, I made sure that the little black bar was in there also. The one that came out. And just line it up. Push down. Okay. Move this out of the way. Now, when I took this off, it has 6 little fine thread screws with washers. So just got to make sure you use those with they're called lock nut washers. So I use them. Attach that, and then I have one more nut that goes right here. That is fine thread with a regular washer, flat washer, okay, and then it's gonna go right here, okay. All right. Just like that. Alright. So now we can lay this baby down. Insert it carefully. Back here. Of course it lays down only one way with little tabs and stuff. Okay, so we got that laid down. And then we're going to take 2 of these big silver ones. Take one of these big silver screws. Remember, one goes here. One goes back here. One goes back here. Okay. And then the other 2 go right here. Alright, so let me put these in real quick. Alright, let's see. Let's grab some of these brass ones, and we're going to put them at this one here. Okay. We're going to have one there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I think that's it, right? 7 there. Okay, so line this up. Put that down there. Alright, so now we can put these 2 in real quick. Alright, so I got the 2 brass ones screws in here. Okay. So now I need to put 2, 4 more. Okay. Let's get these other 4. Put them in, alright. Alright, before I go on, I forgot to put the metal sheeting right here. So that goes in. Now I can put the 2 silver ones back and then the other small brass ones back. Give me 1 second. I forgot a step, yeah. Okay, y'all. So I had to go back and, take the screws out and put the shielding back on. So put the 2 long silver ones there and then these 4 gold ones right here. Okay, so now I got that on. I got 2 more screws left, and that's for the power switch. So let's grab the power switch, and I didn't clean it or nothing because it was already good. So the power switch plugs up over here, remember, on the side. Just like that. And then it sits just like that. Okay. Just like that. Alright, so grab a screw. Alright, so I got the front of the controllers, and of course I got to put this in. And so I'm gonna grab this little bracket, and oh, I got it upside down. There we go. Alright, it only goes one way, and then remember, it clips in just like this. Just like that, it clips in. So now, I'll be able to push the ribbon in over here. Just like that. Set it down in the front. Like that, okay, and then I can move on to installing the eject. Okay, just like this. Remember, spring can go either way. Put it right in there underneath. Over here, the spring's gonna go into that. Remember, it's gonna want to go into that loop on the bottom there. Alrighty, and it's gonna want to go to the front right here. It's easier to do with using needle nose pliers. Okay dokie. Alright, now I can finally put my lid back on, make sure the power button's down. Okay. Check button working. Let's grab my game. Alrighty. Power button seems to be working. Reset button seems to be working. Look how beautiful that looks, y'all. Let me just put these screws in. Okay, y'all. Got all the screws in the bottom. Look at that, y'all. Look at that. Let me show you. Look at that. It looks brand new. It looks like a brand new 1990 Nintendo Super Famicom. That isn't just insane, y'all. 1990 Super Famicom. Yeah, where is it at? Right there. Yeah, Super Famicom in 1990. Oh, with a little bit of Retrobrighting can do some love. All right, let's go hook it up, plug it up. All right, y'all, got it all hooked up, nice. Let's turn her on. All right, y'all. She's working perfectly. All right. Could ask for nothing more. All right. That's my full restoration of a Super Famicom from 1990. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope this helps you out to do your own restoration. I restored all this. This is my little Nintendo collection. So, till next time, peace and much love from Joe's Retro World.